Hello everyone. So again we will be continuing with the ether preparations, and the first method which we had discussed was from alcohols dehydration. The alcohol method was having some drawbacks, so we are going to start with a new method now, which is the important lab method for the preparation of ethers. Now that method is very important name reaction, Williamson's synthesis of ethers. The second method now, we are going to start Williamson's synthesis. Now in this method, this is a name reaction and can be asked for 1 marks in the exam. We are going to take an alkyl halide of suitable choice and react it with sodium alkoxide. Look at this. So we are going to react alkyl halide with sodium alkoxide. Two molecules, bimolecular reaction, and a nucleophile is going to attack this electrophilic carbon. So it is going to be nucleophilic substitution reaction because it's a negatively charged species. So it will be attacking the positive carbon because there is a positive sign here, negative sign here, and the X will be going out as minus X minus. So we get RO, and the X minus and Na plus will be going out as NaX. Very simple method. Now the best technique of point of this method is that I can take two different types of alkyl groups here. I can take R dash, I can take R, so I can have an unsymmetrical ether prepared. So this method is good for preparation of any type of ether you want to make, symmetrical ethers or unsymmetrical ether. Now the best yield, if you want to get maximum yield, what will you do? You will be choosing here such an alkyl halide which will be having least steric hindrance for the attack. Okay, because you're attacking the carbon atom, so it should be least sterically hindered. So primary alkyl halide should be your best choice for this reaction, followed by secondary alkyl halides, followed by tertiary alkyl halides. So why is primary the best? Because it has least steric hindrance for nucleophilic attack and you will get maximum yield. But if by mistake if you take tertiary alkyl halide, suppose I will take one tertiary alkyl halide, tertiary butyl, this is tertiary butyl chloride for example, and I am going to take a primary group over here like CH3O minus Na plus. So what is this known as? Sodium methoxide. Okay, you all must know these names also. You should be knowing these things. Sodium methoxide is a base. It is a base as well as a nucleophile. Now here it is acting as a nucleophile because it's going to be a nucleophilic substitution reaction. But if you take a wrong choice, if you take tertiary alkyl halide as the substrate over here and sodium methoxide, or that is primary if you take here, then you know it will start acting as a base. It will just not act as a nucleophile, it will try to act more like a base because it has got a very good hydrogen atoms can be removed from here. This kind of reaction which we have already done is called as beta elimination reaction. So if a wrong choice is taken, beta elimination will take place and the beta hydrogen atom, this one which I have exposed, will be coming out. So this H plus will come out and the electrons will be left between these two things, and the Cl minus will go out. So you will be getting CH3, and double bond CH2, alkene as the product, and HCl is going to be coming out as the byproduct. There is no role of this, frankly speaking, to add anything to the substrate. Its role only is to remove the H plus from here and it will just remain like that. So it's the base now. So the best choice to get the right answer, to get the maximum yield, is that primary alkyl halide should be taken so that the SN2 reaction takes place and we get the formation of ethers. But if you take tertiary alkyl halide as the substrate, then elimination will take place and we will get alkenes. Alkenes, remember. In the first one, the alkoxides act as a nucleophile, but if you take them in the second case, they will act as a base. Okay, so let me give you a question now and see how can we answer that. Now we have an interesting question over here, like for example, if I want to prepare this methoxybenzene. Methoxybenzene, any sol. If they ask you in board exam, prepare this, it's understood that we have two different types of groups attached on both the sides. Hence, it is an unsymmetrical ether. And the only method which we will be using to prepare it is Williamson's synthesis of ether. In Williamson's synthesis, what do we use is, we use RX, RONA. The RX should be primary. Remember that. Primary alkyl halide. And this R, it can be any of the choices which you want. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Okay. So that can be your choice. So here we will analyze these. This is a phenyl ring, so it is aromatic, and this is your alkyl group, primary alkyl group. So I'll have to break any of these two bonds, isn't it? Can I break this bond? The benzene oxygen bond cannot be broken. You remember there is a double bond character over here, partial double bond character. So this bond cannot be broken. So the right choice is break this bond and you get a fragment CH3. X can be attached. And this fragment which is broken down is becoming phenoxide and Na can be attached over there. So if you want to prepare this compound anisole or methoxybenzene, then the right choice will be, I will write down the name, methoxybenzene. Okay. If I want to prepare this compound, then I will have to take methyl chloride and sodium phenoxide. If you people think that I will break this bond and I will use chlorobenzene plus CH3, let's say ONA, if somebody uses these two combinations, it's a wrong answer. It's a wrong answer because chlorobenzene will not undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. There is a partial double bond character over here, because of which even if the sodium methoxide attacks the carbon, the CCl bond is never going to break. It is never going to break. Let us take some more examples. So I will now take some very good examples. You have to understand and apply the knowledge in the exam. Okay, my pen cap fell down. So now we have a choice, like I'll give you a choice now. A very good question is coming for you. First we'll do this one. Now to prepare this compound, which is, if you want to name this compound, let us start naming it as 1, 2. The better choice will be from here 1 and this is 2. So it will be, you can say 1,1 dimethyl, or I can start with 1, 2, 3. I think this is the best choice. So we'll have 2-methoxy, 2-methyl, 2-methyl, 2-methoxy. Look at that. Propane, right? Okay, so nobody's going to ask you the names right now, but we'll just see now how to prepare this compound. You have to look at the structure and understand that what kind of compound is this. Is it a symmetrical or is it an unsymmetrical ether? Let me just remove this numbering now. So if you look at the structure, it is an unsymmetrical ether because we have got alkyl group primary and we have got an alkyl group tertiary. Okay, so unsymmetrical means we are going to use Williamson's synthesis of ethers. In Williamson's, what is the combination? We will take this combination RX plus RONA. RX should be primary, always. It should always be primary, and this can be tertiary also, primary also, secondary also. So primary should be RX. So break this bond, and the right choice will be CH3X. CH3X, and what will you write here? Na. So you will get CH3. So you will get CH3C, CH3, CH3ONA. Sodium tert butoxide. Sodium tert butoxide plus methyl halide. These are the combinations. So this is the right answer for getting this product, and not that this bond will be broken. Don't do this. If you break this bond and write X here and if you write CH3ONA, that's a wrong answer because that will give you alkene and not ether. Let's take the third example now. Now for the third example, I am taking this compound. You can have a look at this. Again, prepare this compound if the question is asked in the exam. It is an unsymmetrical ether, so we are going to use Williamson's synthesis of ether, and the group is primary. This group is also primary. Both are primary. This one is a big primary, this is a small primary, the small one. So the one which is small will be becoming the halide because it has to be attacked by a nucleophile, and least steric hindrance will be for the small one. So CH3X is the right choice, and this big fellow CH3, CH2, CH2, ONA will be your nucleophile which will attack here actually. So I'm sure that you've understood this, how to prepare the ethers if they are unsymmetrical. You have to understand that primary should be the best choice for your alkyl halide, and under no circumstance should you take this as tertiary alkyl halide. If you take this as tertiary alkyl halide, you will not get ether, you will get alkene. Why? Because it will then be a beta elimination reaction, and the sodium alkoxide will act as a base and not a nucleophile. So we have finished with the preparation of ethers in this video, second method of preparation, children, and there were two methods only in our syllabus for the preparation of ethers. The first method was your dehydration of alcohols, which we did by your 413 Kelvin. You will not use 443 Kelvin because you will get alkenes as the product over there. Now remember, these will be the two mechanisms which will be asked in the board exams, and the first one will be your dehydration of alcohols to form alkene. The second is dehydration of alcohols to form ethers. So both the mechanisms we have seen in this video, and now what is the next we are going to start with is properties of ethers and the reactions of ethers. So that we are going to see in the next video. Do subscribe, and if you like my video, you can give a like also. Thank you so much, children. Take care. Bye bye.